Go ahead, put it on real tight. Hope you brought your best tonight. They say they got the fireworks, yeah, they say they got the show. Here around the chutes, you're the best, so let's go.
This is Texas Toast. I'm your host, Miss Helen. Kick back and enjoy as we toast the best from Texas.
Hey, y'all, it's Texas on Tap with Miss Helen and producer Kyle. Hey, Kyle, what's up?
Howdy. Not a lot. Well, I mean, I guess a lot has been up. I'm getting ready to go to Tulsa. We're playing at the Hard Rock Casino tonight in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, I need to Venmo you some money. Will you get lucky for me?
That's a bad idea. Don't do that.
Okay. Man,
Yeah.
I've had that itch to get to
Really?
the casino, but
Yeah, I don't really.
the schedule's so busy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely consider throwing $20 in a slot, but that's probably not the right move for me right now. They have some crazy drinking laws there, and I've never experienced that before because I guess the other ones I've been to are on reserves. But we can't drink from an hour before load-in until all of our gear's out of the venue. So like all night. If we get caught drinking alcohol, contract void, show gets canceled. It's kind of crazy.
Wow.
Never heard of anything like that before, so that'll be interesting.
That's pretty interesting, but thinking about the music business, it totally makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just used to musicians all being alcoholics. Not necessarily the group that I'm rolling with this weekend, but
No.
musicians like their drinky drinks, you know.
I got a drinky drink.
I'm drinking really warm water from earlier today. You want to jump into it, or you want me to jump into it?
I will.
Cool. do
Okay,
it.
so I'm going to start off with my picks, and Holly Tucker just dropped a brand new song to radio. It's called Breaking in These Boots, and basically I love the whole story, the whole thing. She got my attention in the beginning because it's like I was looking in the window at those boots at the boot barn, and went in, bought the boots, got her some Lucchese's, and guess where they're going? They're going dancing. It's time to go down to the Lone Star Bar and do some dancing. But it's just good Holly Tucker, strong music. She's such a beauty and such a sweetheart. So good, strong song for Holly. So Breaking in These Boots, that was my pick. Good job, Holly. And then our boys, Kin Faux, just dropped a new single to radio. It's called Grain of Salt. And this is like if you're going through a breakup, I like the whole twist on it. It's kind of more laid back kind of breakup song. Basically, you're just going to mix it up all into a tequila shot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a little salted lime will make everything better. So yeah, the vibe and the sound of it is so good, and it's such a old school kind of throwback kind of sound.
Oh,
And,
cool.
you know, they had just done
I'm
the
excited.
single Wild Horses with Terry McBride, and like it resembles a lot of Terry McBride's style, which is a good match with Kin Faux. So another good one from them. And now we're going to open up the tap room, a song that really hit close to home for me. This is brand new from the Cooke Band. It's called Buddy with a Boat. We all need a buddy with a boat.
Yeah,
we
we
need
do.
a buddy with a boat right now. We're the
Oh,
buddy with the
I've
boat in
got
the shop.
one.
In the shop right now. But
Oh, that's right. You
yeah,
need one.
like it's got some major issues. So yeah, it's so smooth. It's such a laid back song too. This one also is. But basically, once anything that floats, so do I, Chad Cooke Band. I know it's a matter of time, but yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's a great tune. So. Chad
So
Cooke
much
Band,
fun. Yeah, and I
you
know
know,
they've got some. Go ahead.
And I just still have to say, you know, Chad Cooke Band had me at Senorita Sky.
Oh, it's crazy how often I still catch myself humming
I
that song. It's like,
still-
what is that? Oh
yes.
my God, that's that song from a year ago, and it's
Yeah.
still stuck in my head. It's a very
Yeah,
good song.
so in-
But yeah, I love that song too, and they've actually, I believe they might have some extra cool on top of that coming. So definitely keep your eyes on Chad Cooke Band, social media and stuff, and just I don't know, be prepared for something cool.
Yeah. Okay, so that's my pick, and I'll leave the tap room door for you now. I'm gonna pass it on to you.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, so I've got another tap room that I will stay in, I guess, since we're here. Dalton Torres is a guy we've talked about before. We actually, I think, taproomed his last single that came out earlier this year.
Yes.
So this is Dalton's brand new song that doesn't come out until next Friday, a week from today on streaming, and it's called Ain't No Paradise. Hopefully that's another hit from Dalton Torres. It's definitely going to be on my playlist in rotation pretty heavily for the next couple weeks, especially since
When
I've got it queued up in my email.
Yeah. So when you first sent over the song and I popped it up and started playing it, it was one of those feelings that I get when I get so excited about a new song being
Mhm.
released, and especially us getting able to debut it here on the podcast. I absolutely fell in love with that song.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's killing it. I guess I'm hoping. I'm not really too sure what he's up to other than putting this new song out, but I'm hoping that he's got a lot of stuff in the can and we'll start throwing all these, new kind of modern style with the old school country voice singles at us because now's the time. It's still really hot outside. We've all got our AC set at 80, So, yeah.
Yes, and speaking of a good summer song, we had one sent over to us that we're going to do next week, Texas on Tap. So we got a good summer song coming up next week on
Oh
Texas
yeah.
on Tap.
Oh, I forgot to ask if you saw that, but I know what you're talking about.
I did, and I
Sweet.
communicated, and we're good to go.
Awesome.
Okay.
Cool. That's exciting. Cool. Well, then the next one that I wanted to touch on, actually, I kind of took a page out of your book this week and looked at the Texas country music chart and picked some songs that were bubbling under. And it did not take me long to make my other two picks. So my first one's by Robynn Shayne. Never heard of her. I'm sure a lot of people have, or I hope you have if you haven't heard the new song called Hindsight's 2020. And it starts off just her and a male vocal, and it's like so strong and powerful. And then kind of like you said with the Kin Faux song, it's got this awesome old school honky tonk dance hall vibe, and it's just like a I'm moving on, now's my time type of song. And man, it's powerful.
And her voice is so well controlled, and her voice has
Hmm.
such an attitude that goes with the song. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I fell in love with her voice. It's a good. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm
Very
glad
good.
it was a good find for sure. I got to dig into the rest of her stuff as well. And then to wrap it up, my next one or my last song is by Clete Bradley in the Mood. And yeah, right. It's so much fun. It's the new song called Blowing Smoke, and it's just kind of like don't go blowing smoke. It's kind of tied all up in the hook. But yeah, his voice as well is just like incredible.
That whole sound on the song, all
Yeah,
the
I mean the production
instrumentation,
too. Yeah.
and his voice, it almost has like a 70s vibe to it.
Totally right. It's got like almost like CC like Creedence Clearwater
Yes,
Revival
yes,
even,
yes,
like
yes.
Fogerty type kind of thing. But it's also really clear, like clearly produced today. But yeah, I'm real curious who they're drawing influence from because man, it was like a blast of the past, but also just like so hip at the same time. So really cool one from Clete Bradley.
Yeah, I like that. It's hip. That's a good way to put it. Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, well, I'm going to dive into the charts, starting with CD Extraction Texas. Number 5, let me just kind of look down a little bit. Jake Bush moved up from 9 to 7 with Tractor Town. Drew Fish is at 6, but top 5, Casey Donahue, he was at number 8 last week. He made a big move to number 5, Telling on My Heart. Josh Abbott Band, The Highway Kind is at 4, The Wilder Blues at 3, Wade Bowen's Phones Don't Work went from 1 to 2, and John Wolf went from 2 to 1 with A Cowgirl Like You, which tells me, since the Wilder Blue went from 5 to 3, and then let's see, Wade already hit 1. I'm thinking Wilder Blue might be number 1 next week.
Oh,
I
hell
hope Wade
yeah.
Dancer is, and I mean they're right on the cusp on all of these charts, as you're going to see. Looking at Texas
Wait,
Country.
oh, go ahead.
Sorry, what?
I was gonna say, is that the one that actually updates today technically? Because I'll be with Paul tomorrow and we can celebrate.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the CD Extraction Texas.
That one's already out.
It comes out every Wednesday.
Ah,
Yes.
okay, cool.
Okay. Texas Country Music Chart, I get those in on Sunday, and Texas Regional Radio Report comes out on Friday.
Cool.
So looking at the greatest, let's see, where do I want to go? Most added on Texas Country Music Chart this week. There was a whole slew of them and a lot of our favorites.
Yep.
Curtis Grimes was in there, John Stewart, David Adam Burns, Kin Faux, Brandon Ryder, Cody Jinks, and Hayden Haddock and John Wolf with Tequila. Keller Cox is bubbling under. Drew Cooper is. Looking at some of the ones that'll be coming up, but in the top 5 this week, number 5 is the Josh Abbott Band with Highway Kind. Number 4 is Wade Bowen. From 6 to 3, the Wilder Blues Wave Dancer comes in at number 3. Yes, and so Casey Donahue was 4 last week. He's number 2 this week, and then John Wolf went from 2 to 1 with A Cowgirl Like You. Nice. And then Texas Regional Radio Report. The Highway Kind is at 5. Tractor Town, Jake Bush is at 4 because he's a cowboy. Matt Castillo is at 3. A Cowgirl Like You, John Wolf is at number 2. And Wade Bowen continued at #1 for a second consecutive week on this chart with Phones Don't Work. So that's
Very cool.
a look at who's topping up the charts this week.
John Wolf's going to have 2 in the top 10 for a couple weeks, it looks like. With tequila climbing.
Yeah, the tequila that was filmed in Matagorda right in my backyard, y'all.
Yeah, still salty about that. That's
right
funny.
in my backyard.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I don't really have a lot this week. Last week, or this week we're ending or wrapping up right now, was pretty nice. It was kind of relaxing. Didn't have a whole lot on my plate. And this weekend's going to be chill. So last weekend was an easy weekend. I don't have any crazy stories to tell.
No crazies. I got crazy stories, but one thing that we did that was fun last night, we went with our buddies here. We went on to the beach and looked at the moon.
Oh, wow. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool. What's the moon looking like right now?
It's beautiful. It was big full. It was called the deer moon.
Huh.
Not deer. It was called it was something to do with deer.
Okay. Nice. One other thing I did want to mention in case you guys missed it. Well, obviously our last episode was with Taylor Dunn, and that was so much fun. I got to learn a lot about her because Helen, as you learned in the episode, met her at the T3R Awards earlier this year, and I wasn't able to go. So that was really pretty fascinating for me to listen to. We also tried something new on Tuesday and did our first live podcast on Facebook. So if you missed that, go check it out and you can find out who it's with. And then you can tune in next Tuesday and hear the pretty version, the cleaned up version.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we expected.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And of course, Trent's he's like family. So it was just, it was a big old hoot of a time, but he's got a lot of good stuff coming up. He'll be back on to share and let us know what's up. And it's funny because Oilman's tournament is here this week, and his friend Mike is down from, he grew up going to his going to his house. And anyway,
I remember him telling us about that.
Yeah. So, yeah. And he was here last year when you were here with Trent.
Oh,
remember
really?
the guy that was at the pool? Yeah. So he's back, and we visited last night, and we were kind of
thinking about those shrimp and thinking about those killer mosquitoes.
And since that's the one thing, with no rain, no mosquitoes.
So y'all didn't get any rain at all today, or is it coming?
It goes right around us.
That's crazy.
It'll just go right around us.
We got slammed for like an hour. It was weird. It was so hot outside, and then out of nowhere it just got real dark and like dumped for about an hour, and now the sun's back out and probably even hotter outside.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. Change of scenery. But
lots of good stuff going on in Texas country, and I'm just getting excited about things to come and things to come for us and everyone.
Absolutely.
I've had some interesting phone calls and contacts and emails this week. So
yeah, I feel like we've been getting hit up just through the podcast, email, or through social medias too, with a lot more than we usually do, which is always exciting. I hope that anybody listening or anybody who's sent stuff our way, if I haven't had the opportunity, Helen or I haven't had the opportunity to get back, just know that we have been getting like a lot of emails and submissions and messages. So we're both pretty busy. It's really hard to stay on top of that sometimes. I usually only have like a couple hours a week to actually sift through all that stuff. So we will get back to you as soon as we can. I'm sorry if I haven't got back to you, but I promise I will at some point.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, but we love the submissions. We found all kinds of awesome music and since we started this thing because people are sending us stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for listening and supporting.
I know. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I guess on that note, unless you have other things you want to talk about. No? Cool. Yeah, I was going to say on that note, I haven't said it in a while. Please send this to your friends. Show it to your grandma or to your son or whatever, and just share the love. That's what we're trying to do. So help us pay it forward. I guess is that a thing?
Yes. I would say that.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up. I am gonna go to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
All right. Well, have fun.
Alrighty. Cheers.
Cheers.
With a heavy tongue, she knew where I was from. As she left, I dared to say, well, you can go to hell. Hell, I'll go to Texas. I've had my fill of every place but home. Well, take away